Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily Grace with Pastor James. Thank you for joining me in this episode. This episode is a special episode. We have a special person in our midst who is here to just, talk to us, our audience, about life, and you know it. And it's somebody that is well experienced and well versed. Pastor Muyiwa. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation to come and talk to our audience on Daily Grace. I know you are well known for the Riversongs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and you've done a lot. You've done a lot. Your biography that we've seen, it's really impressive. I just want you to tell our audience a little bit about yourself so that they will know you more.
So I mean, some things that people don't know. I am one of four. I'm the first son, 4 children. I have 2 older sisters who are preachers. I had a younger brother. This most people don't know. My brother passed away not so long ago, but most people didn't know he was my brother.
I didn't know until I think it was Dayo Bello that told me that that's your younger brother.
Yeah, so it's a chap called Big B. They knew him as Big B. He's a redeemed pastor.
Well, he looks bigger than you.
Oh, he was much bigger than. Even I'm a big boy, but he's bigger.
Yes,
but he's my baby brother. They call him my first son in my family.
Oh.
So that's one thing a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know also that I have a business studies degree and a music degree.
Okay.
Worked in the music industry for years, looked after artists like Mariah Carey, Bob Dylan. I worked in TV for a while, even though I still do TV now with Turning Point and the BBC, who interesting enough have just done a documentary about my life, which will be broadcast on October the 26th. So if you're watching this after October 26th, go on iPlayer, BBC iPlayer. Okay. So those are some of the things people may not know about me, which I think, are interesting things maybe.
That's good. Thank you. The other thing I just want you to let our audience know, with all this that you have achieved, how has your journey in life been? Has it been smooth sailing or success? Or there are times where you've had challenges that you're able to go through, and how did you navigate those challenges?
I think everyone's life is punctuated with challenges. I mean, even the Apostle Paul, or even Jesus Christ himself. So everyone that's done anything of note, it's punctuated by challenges. Even when you have achieved, seemingly there's still challenges. I mean, there's an example I want to share, which hopefully would encourage someone, not only in the church but also
the wider
audience to engage. Because one of the things I know that Solid Rock is big about, and you're big about, is to get people engaged in civic life.
Yeah.
Whether politics, whether all these things. So about a year ago, I'm traveling into the office, Premier Radio. So I do Turning Point in America, which they say 70 million people watch, but also I'm station director of Premier Radio in London.
Okay.
So most of the mornings I go in at 5:30. So I'm driving into work. I get close to the office. A young man tried to break into my car whilst I was in traffic. And he's trying to break the glass, and instinctively I jump out of the car. What are you doing? After I told him, get away from the car, so instinctively I jump out of the car, and I did what I wasn't supposed to do because he wouldn't move. So I grabbed him, threw him away from the car. Got in the car, got to the office. I called the police to say, this has happened. This is where it happened. These are where the cameras were, etc., etc. In between that, me reporting the incident and this man who was who pretty much an assailant, because he's trying to break into my property. I became the what's the word?
Offender.
Yeah, I became the offender, and it was startling. Like, how did we get here? So then the police they asked me to come in for interview. They said it was voluntary, but I spoke to one of my one of my babies, one of my sisters, sang with me. She's now a senior judge in this country. And she said to me, they say it's voluntary, but if you don't go, they will arrest you. So make sure you go. But before you go, I'm going to put you in touch with this man. It puts me in touch with one of the senior black policemen in the country, who then gives me a rundown that, listen, when you go, don't go without a lawyer. Don't take the free lawyer they're going to offer you, because he says, I've seen things like this before. It gets worse, right? So remember, I'm the victim.
Yeah.
So I go in, and thank God I had all this advice. When I go in, my lawyer says he wants to see the footage, and the police say no. And he said, why? For 5 minutes, there was a standoff. And then they said, the senior police officer said, okay, takes me out of the room so that my lawyer could see the footage. Senior officer says to me whilst I was outside, he says, you know, your lawyer is right. He has a right to see the footage. So I said, if he's right, why were you trying to stop it from happening? Eventually, the end of the matter is everything is dropped. Every accusation against me is dropped. Now, I was the one that reported, and they said they couldn't do anything about my report because they can't find the young man. Whilst they couldn't find the young man, they were wanting to press a charge against me if I didn't have a lawyer represented. So I say all that to say, and that was a real challenge in the middle of. I mean, you know, you're on TV, you're on social media, you're all these things, but you have that moment where you have this sort of challenge to deal with. But it's important, I think, because if it wasn't for a sister who's a senior judge, who's engaged in the process of knowing, okay, these are your rights, these are the things you should engage in. If it wasn't for a brother who's a senior policeman,
who gave you that advice?
Who gave that advice. If it wasn't for another brother who's a senior lawyer, who was able to advise and be able to press the police to do the right thing. So the moral of my story is, if you are engaged in this ministry or in any ministry, wherever you are, you need to engage in civic life, whether it's politics, whether it's police, whether it's all the arms, you need to be there. Because if you are not there, there are brothers and sisters and other people who would suffer injustice because you're not there.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's really, really deep, and that's really good. I'm sure it's going to bless a wider audience and even the immediate audience. Right now, you've been to Solid Rock for the first time. You spent this weekend with us. What's your impression of Solid Rock?
The words that hit me were magnificent, just by the sheer size of the building. But also it speaks of the grace of God, because how is it that just a few meters from this building, I got to find out that we as a church would do outreach there, where we'll be pelted with drinks and cans by people in the public house. And now the public house is gone, but we have a permanent home there. So for me, I think it's a Solid Rock as a church, and this building is a sign and a wonder. One, to tell the people of what God is able to do with those who are steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in good works. So I think it's a testament to us as families, because on a micro level, we're going through things where we think are impossible, but actually just look at the building and think, look what God has done. That's one thing. I think as Reverend Yemi Adedeji said in one of his conversations with you, you're not running a church, you're running a city. And I think there's great opportunity there for the stone which the builders rejected to become the chief cornerstone. Those are a couple of thoughts. I mean, there's so much more I could say, but I won't want to overcome. I want to get an invite to come back and do another podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. Brethren, please do not just listen to this. Share this with people. I mean, what he has told us now is worth millions. It's worth millions. Because one thing you probably wouldn't have gotten out of his story is, if not for those 3 contacts, connections, the press, it would have just been everywhere, and his career would have been dented. Once again, thank you so much for listening to me in this episode. Once again, my name is Pastor James Egodibe, and I pastor RCCG Solid Rock Parish, Derby, at the city center, the city of Derby. Solid Rock House, Exchange Street is DE1 2DU. And if you're looking for a Bible-believing church, we are here to welcome you with open arms, and we have wonderful brethren. Thank you so much once again, Pastor.
No, thank you,
Muyiwa,
Pastor.
for coming.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Amen.